All right, everyone. Welcome to the second half of today's podcast. Monday, October 16, 2023. We're going to be previewing UFC 294, Makhachev versus Volkanovski 2. Really crazy how this all came together here. Short notice. But Marcel, I'm looking forward to talking about this card with you, man. How you doing, man? Like, we just finished the podcast with Alex. You ready to talk about UFC 294?
Still doing great. Still sexy. So, look forward to talk about this card. Yeah.
I'm going to set that up right now, Marcel, just adding the fights to the YouTube. Just what are your overall thoughts on the card now that we have, like, these switch-ups and last-minute fights? What do you think?
In my opinion, it went better. You know what I mean? If it comes to names, I think, listen, Islam against Charles, I would probably pick Islam again. I think Volk is a more difficult opponent for him than Charles is. So, but maybe on 9 days' notice is different. I don't know. We'll talk about it later in the show. Listen, man, I'm more intrigued with Khamzat against Kamaru than I was with Khamzat against Paulo Costa. So, for me personally, I like it more. But I understand that people maybe wanted to see Khamzat against Paulo Costa. I understand, and the Charles fans wanted to see him rematch against Islam. But for me, I think it's a better card now. But hey, we'll see. Maybe I'm completely off because it was a short notice, both fights,
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, I think the card looks pretty fucking good, man, to be honest with you. I main card, personally. So I like the card, Marcel. I'm looking forward to talking about with you, man. We got 13 fights in this card. It's a stack card. Let me just pull up the odds here, guys. We'll start off with the fights, and like I said, I think this fight, Marcel, could have been like higher up in the card. In fact, on the main card's crazy, and the prelims is so crazy to me. We got Bruno Silva taking on Shara Magomedov, and the odds for this one, Marcel, minus 245 for Shara, and plus 210 for Bruno Silva. What do you think,
man? Yeah, it's this is such a difficult fight to say, and the thing is, like, we know how Bruno Silva fights, and sometimes he looks really good, but sometimes it's also like, not really that great, And with Shara, we haven't seen Shara fight in the UFC yet. What I've seen so far from him look good, but at the same time, the opponents he fought aren't as good as the guys Bruno Silva fought. So the odds, I would have been more with a pick him, okay? I don't think Shara should be a favorite. Although, considering it's in Abu Dhabi, he will have a massive backing in that fight. I think it will be a close fight. I'm picking him by decision, not by a knockout or submission, but I'm picking him by decision to win against Bruno Silva.
Yeah, no, I'll take this guy too. Just a higher ceiling, I think. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Bruno Silva. He's an exciting guy, but he's kind of struggled lately, Marcel. 3 of his last 4 fights ending losses. His chin is not the best either. Like, he's got power, but he's been getting dropped. Like, Jalen Mearshar dropped him. Brendan Allen dropped him. I don't really trust him. I know Magomedov obviously has no experience in the UFC, and this guy's 7 fights, but I just don't really trust the guy's chin at this point. And I think Bullet goes in there, Marcel, share a bullet, and finishes. And I'll take a first-round knockout. Like, I think he gets another there personally. So I pick that one. Let's go to the next fight here. This fight, I think, is kind of like a fight that probably shouldn't be on this card, personally. We got Viktoriia Dudakova taking on Jinh Frey. I just don't think Frey's really UFC caliber at this point. Dudakova is a decent prospect. I mean, she's a massive favorite, Marcel. She's minus 600. Crazy odds on her. I guess they've been steamed up today. And then Jinh Frey is a King's minus 470, but it is going up every day, plus 360 on Frey. I'll just start on this one, Marcel. Like, I mean, I don't know how you really can pick Frey just based on the age, based on just she hasn't looked very good in the UFC. Dudakova's so young, and the wrestling should play here, I would imagine. I know her lone UFC fight was kind of a weird one, but I can pick Frey. The only advantage she has really is experience, and I just think she's kind of nearing the end. I don't think she's looked good at all, really, in the UFC. I'm definitely going with Dudakova here. Does she finish the fight? That's the question for me. It's more, does she finish the fight? I think it's possible. I think it's possible. I wouldn't like bank on it, but I think it's possible. I think Frey's been finished before in the UFC. I think it happened here too. So, but I mean, you have to go Dudakova, Marcel. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree, but I got to slow you down with the Frey not being UFC caliber. I think in the last three fights, in my opinion, she got screwed against Vanessa Demopoulos, and the Reed fight was super close. Could have gone both ways, in my opinion, but she got finished brutally against Viana. I think she loses against Dudakova. I think the UFC specifically make this one to make Dudakova look good. That's how I feel about it. I think Dudakova wins a decision or she finishes late, but I'm taking Dudakova here. Yeah. And I really like Jinh Frey, but it's not a very, how do you say that? It's not a really good fight for her, this one, I think.
I mean, she's 2-5 at the UFC, but I agree with you that like at least one of those fights probably could have gone her way. So I know what you're saying. All right, we'll go to the next fight here, guys. We got Nathaniel Wood, the prospect, taking on Mohammad Naimov. This is a good fight, really fun fight in the prelims here. Odds for this one, Wood is a big favorite too, -325, +260 on Naimov. I'll say this, Naimov really surprised me with that win over Jamie Malarkey, man. Like that really surprised me. Just landed that huge punch where I saw put him down. Gets that win in his debut as a big underdog. He was like +300 underdog or something. He's definitely got the power to hurt Wood, too. I mean, Wood got dropped by Feely, right, in that last fight. There's definitely a chance that he could hurt him here, too. Don't think I could bank on it. I think Woods looked overall in the UFC 7-2, 3 straight wins at featherweight. I think he's looked really good in this new weight class. I just, there's a lot of bigger favorites on this card. Like, this is not, my most confident one. Like, I'm going to pick Wood. I think he wins the decision. I think he outpoints Naimov, kind of like what Malarkey was doing before he got dropped. But, there's definitely a risk he could get dropped here, man, because this guy's got a ton of power to the hill, man. So what do you think, man?
Yeah, I think this is a very risky fight for Nathaniel Wood, to be really honest. He has everything to lose here. I also think that, I'm not sure about this, but I also think that that Naimov was supposed to fight somebody else because Wood said he took the fight on very short notice when he signed. So that's what I personally think, and that's also why he's so low on the card. Yeah, I got to go with Wood here. Purely because of competition he fought. He's getting better, in my opinion, Naimov, he got the win against Malarkey, but he didn't look good in the first round. He got a good win in the second round, but he didn't look good in the first round, in my opinion. So picking Wood here by decision, but I think it will be a tough fight for him. Many people have this one as a lock. I wouldn't say it's a lock at all, but yeah, I'm going with Wood here. I got to go with Wood here,
Yeah. I mean, I don't think taking Naimov by knockout, is the worst, punt play here either, because I think he's got a chance to knock him out. Like, of all the bigger favorites, this is one that I think is risky, like you just said. So I wouldn't bank on it. Again, picking him, both taking. You took decision too, right? Both decision, Wood by decision. So
yeah,
that's the pick. But for a bet, no. All right, we'll go to the next fight here, guys. This one I feel a bit more confident in Marcel. Mike Breeden against Anshul Jubli. Jubli, big favorite here, -400, +310 Mike Breeden. Again, it's just a fade on Mike Breeden. Mike Breeden, I don't think is UFC caliber fighter personally. I don't think he's looked good at all in the UFC. I really don't know why he's in the UFC. He's a guy who lost a contender series. He's lost 3 straight fights in the UFC. He's getting finished. I don't see a lot here from the guy personally. I don't think he should be in the UFC. He's going to be 10-7 after this fight. The Jubli guy doesn't have a ton of higher level experience, but he did win the road to UFC and he had that knockout. It was nice performance. Got the bonus there. He's got some potential here. The UFC obviously wants Jubli to win. I think he does win. I think it's a setup fight, and I think he wins. Again, of the bigger favorites, this is where I'm pretty confident in. I like this guy, so I think he finishes the fight. So I'll take Jubli by knockout. I'll take second round knockout.
I feel the same way. I mean, this is pretty much a fight made to look to make Jubli look good, I think. And I gotta say, man, he looked good against Jika Saragi in his UFC debut in that road to UFC final in February. I think he's undefeated guy, Indian. Yeah, I think he wins the fight. I think Jubli. I'd say decision, man. I don't say a finish. I say decision, but I think he wins.
With you, no, I picked a knockout, but I think he wins for sure. Anyways, let's go to the next fight here. This one, back to the middleweight division as we got Abu Azaitar taking on Sedriques Dumas. Dumas is favorite here, -180, +150, and Azaitar. I'm taking Dumas, Marcel. Listen, this is another fade on a guy, on Abu Azaitar. One fight in the last 5 years. One fight since 2018. He fought Mark Arjaberio. It didn't look very good. He got finished brutally 4 seconds left in the fight. Gassed out really hard in that fight. He did land a lot of strikes. I'll give him that. He landed over 100 strikes in that fight, but really got beaten up in that fight, gassed out. The cardio is a concern. the other fight over Vitor Miranda, I mean, that's looking back, it's like a decent win. Like Vitor Miranda's like not bad, but I don't know, man. Like just the lack of activity hurts him here. Then Sedriques Dumas has been fighting his third fight this year, right? Looked terrible against Frey, but then had a bounce back performance against Brundage. Like not the best fight. It was a bad fight to be honest, but like he did win the fight. He's 5 inches taller. He has 3 inches of reach. He's 9 years younger. All the signs point to Dumas winning this fight. I'm taking him to win the fight. You know what, Marcel? Honestly, I think he could finish this fight too, because I think Azaitar will gas again. So, again, there's so many favorites on this card. It's not my favorite one, but I'm definitely picking the guy. I'm taking Dumas by, I'll say third round finish too on this one. What do you think, man?
Sedriques knocks him out in the first round. I mean, this Azaitar, I think he has a record, man. He has 2 fights in 6 years in the UFC. You know, it's like you.
No. Alex Reyes, I think, is the same as him. Not by the way, 2017. Alex
yeah, but at least he has a good reason. You know what I mean?
He's
so,
sick.
I mean, it's also a heavy fade on Abu Azaitar for me. Plus, his cardio isn't great. You know, Sedriques did well against Cody Brundage last time in that fight. Didn't do well against Ogden after the first round, but I think he gets Azaitar out there in the first round. So, for me, Sedriques Dumas first round knockout.
Yeah, I think he wins for sure. All right, we'll go to the next fight here, guys. We have, and this is a favorite I'm pretty confident too. Javid Basharat taking on Victor Henry. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Henry, but Basharat, he's minus 535 for a reason. You know, plus 400 Victor Henry. I just think he takes him down and will. That's what I think, Marcel. I don't think that Henry can stop the takedowns. I just think Basharat was super fucking legit. You know, he's a machine with the takedowns, and I think he gets the job done here. I think he's going to have a lot of control time. I will say that win over Mendonça is not looking as good now because he didn't finish that fight against the guy that just got destroyed. But again, 3-0 in the UFC, 4-0 if you include the contender. Victor Henry, you know, very, very good fighter, a lot of experience. This is his 30th fight. I think he'll make it like somewhat competitive, but still lose basically. I think so. I'd say 30-27. Basharat. I actually think, I don't know about you, but I think Basharat by decision is a good bet here because that's how I see the fight going. What do you think?
It's a fucking amazing bet, dude. I think. I also see Basharat being very dominant on the ground. Probably out wrestles them on the ground in 30-27. I feel the same way. Henry had a lot of upside after that Barcelos win in his debut, but that went completely gone after he losing to Asuncao, I think, and the split decision over Gravely last time. Yeah, it was a close fight, but I think Basharat wins here.
I completely agree. So that's my pick for that one. All right, let's go to the next fight. We have Elliott taking on Mohammad Mokaev. By fight Mokaev, another huge favorite. Which one? Sorry, I missed one.
Mohammad Yahya, Trevor Peak.
My bad. Sorry about that. Yeah, Mohammad. This is the next one, guys. I had the order wrong. Sorry. Mohammad Yahya taking on Trevor Peak. I think I saw the two Mohammeds and I picked the wrong one. Odds for this one, guys. We have Trevor Peak's favorite, minus 130, Yahya plus 110. I actually want to hear your thoughts on this fight, Marcel, before I give my thoughts, because just give me your thoughts. What do you think?
Those are the moments I really hate you, man. When you do this one, it's a fight. It's really difficult for me to pick here because Mohammad Yahya. I think he did well in the UIA Warriors, you know, but I feel like the opponents he fought there aren't like the opponents you're going to fight in the UFC. So it's really difficult for me. And I think he's the first guy who will be representing United Arab Emirates as well, you know, in his home country. So that's pretty cool. Trevor Peak, he had a great UFC debut, remember, against Gonzalez with that weird-ass hammer fist standing. Then he fought Chepe Mariscal, and Chepe took that on short notice, and he lost to Chepe. Man, I feel like either Peak knocks him out early or Yahya wins the decision. That's pretty much how I see it, you know. So, and I'm going with Yahya here. I think Yahya wins.
Am I there?
Yeah, I'm here.
There I am. This one's tough.
You're freezing, dude.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know. Am I here?
Frozen like Elsa.
Am I here? Tell me about.
Yeah, kind of.
All right. I don't know what's going on, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, like I just did the tape study on this guy today because I hadn't seen his fights before. Like he's not bad, but the thing is, like again, the level of competition is pretty low, and it's also very hittable, right? Like I think in the fights, and Trevor Peek's a guy that will fight for your money for 15 minutes. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think this one it's kind of like a risky fight either way. I would not put money on this fight, but just due to the UFC experience and just the general toughness and cardio that I know I'll get from Peek, I'll go with him to win this fight by like let's say like a later stoppage maybe, because I just think Yahya will take a lot of damage and gas, but like Yahya's fighting at home. He's got some decent wrestling. Like it's possible he wins. So this is definitely one that we're split on here. Like, but it's like only 51% for you, Marcel. Like it's so close for me. And like I was leading Yahya originally, and then after I watched the tape, because just on paper I was looking at, then I looked at it on tape. And I'm like, I don't know if he's as good as I was thinking, but again, he has a lot of momentum, all these wins in a row, 6 wins, and he's decently well rounded. I think he could win, just not one I want to bet on. All right, let's go to the next fight here. Here, I'm taking my.
You're really freezing, dude. I can't hear anything you say, my friend.
Tim Elliott has a losing record in the.
So, guys, I'll take it over for now. Mokaev against Tim Elliott, first ranked opponent for Mohammad Mokaev in this one, taking on the veteran Tim Elliott. I can be really quick about this one. I think Mokaev wrestles here, and I think he wins a decision, or he even finishes him, but we all know Tim's super hard to finish, super tough guy. So I think Mokaev wins a decision or a late submission finish here, but I think Mokaev probably goes with a decision win. I think that would be the way to go. I'm hoping Adam comes back anytime soon. He has some trouble with his internet for some reason. I had it earlier today with another podcast, so it always happens at the most inconvenient times, but hey, it is what it is, guys, hope you guys are still here. I'm sorry for what happens now, but I don't want to go any further on the card because I want to do that along with Adam. So what do you guys expect, man? What do you guys think will be a fight of the night, a performance of the night? Let's say it in the comments. Talk a little bit, I think it's a great fight card, man. I'm really looking forward to this one. Let's go to some comments. Mokaev has champ potential, but he's going to take a couple of L's on the way. His octagon updates. Yeah, we'll see, man. I think he's definitely has the star potential and championship potential. But Adam is back.
Is it working now? Tell me it's working. Is it working?
Yeah, your voice is working. Yeah, a little bit. Try.
I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm sorry. Like, should work.
No problem, dude. It happens. Yeah.
I know. Well, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just go now. If I don't hear you, I will say it.
All right, cool. Yeah, I mean,
somebody. You got to stop downloading that porn, dude. Yeah, okay.
You know what? I have some windows up. Let me exit some windows here. Hold on 1 second. Do that. Try that. All right. Am I back? All right. He says I'm not lagging. So there we go. I apologize, guys. I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. It says I have 5 bars and then it's not working very well. I don't get it. Yeah, you took Mokaev finish or decision?
I said decision or late submission finish, one of the two.
I think he submits him. I think that's the bet, personally. Because if you look at Tim Elliott's career, he's been submitted 5 times, 4 times in the UFC. If it goes the distance, it's going to be a close fight. I think the way to go is a sub, personally. So that's my take on this one. All right, let's go to the next fight, guys. Nurmagomedov taking on Muin Gafarov. I like this fight, but I also feel like it's more of like a prelim fight. 5. Your thoughts, Marcel?
Yeah, I mean, Muin Gafarov had a debut against John Castaneda. Wasn't bad, but he lost the fight. If you look at Nurmagomedov, I still think he's pretty good. You know what I mean? I think he got pretty much dominated against Kakramanov and then came back with a submission win. I think he got screwed against Martinez, but hey, it happens sometimes. I think he wins this fight. Gafarov ain't bad, but I think Said is a good fighter and he's top 15 caliber. So for me, Said, maybe a finish, but I would go with a decision win. It's more safe, in my opinion.
I'm picking him too. Muin's never been finished, I don't think. Like, all his losses are by decision. He's a tough guy, obviously. I just think Said's going to be able to keep it standing, outstrike him on the feet, and then win decision. So I'm with Said. I'm with you on Said. Minus 225, like, I don't think he's a bad bet, really. I think he's got, better value than a lot of these minus 500 guys. So I would definitely look at Said. I think he wins the fight by decision, like I said. So I'm pretty sure he wins. Yeah, I kind of agree with that too. I was old school. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I apologize, guys. It's actually been kind of slow all day, so I don't know if something happened. But,
you didn't have the problem with the first podcast, but hey, I had it earlier this morning as well, so I don't know. Sometimes it happens. Maybe they're working on some stuff. It happens all the time.
It's possible, but I thought it was good with Alex. I didn't think there was a lag at all. Anyways, It happens. I apologize, like I said. All right, let's go to the next fight here, guys. We got short notice bout. Warlley Alves taking on Ikram Aliskerov. Ikram's a massive favorite, minus 520, plus 390 Warlley. It's just a weird fight. Like, okay, it was supposed to be what's his name? Naimov earlier. That fight was awesome. I was gonna pick Ikram there. He was like minus 115. I liked him there. I think you would have picked him too, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
This one, obviously, I'm picking him. I hate the odds. I hate minus 520, but I absolutely think he wins. So I think the way to go is probably him by stoppage. I just don't understand why Warlley Alves is the guy who got the call. Like, a guy who only fought at welterweight, and then he hasn't fought in like 9-10 months, and he's coming off a loss, 2 straight losses, and moving up to welterweight and fighting a guy on this win streak. This just doesn't make sense to me. Ikram wins by knockout. I'll take him in the first round. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I should. By the way, I'm glad you closed those porno download tabs.
I know, right?
I think you're a lot better now. Yeah, I feel like Aliskerov is going to win as well. I have him also with first round knockout here. Alves, I think he fought in the UFC at middleweight, but that was when he won the Ultimate Fighter, I think, in his debut.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. You're right.
Yeah, but that's already like 8 or fucking 9 years ago, so such a long time. Now he's coming off those 2 losses at welterweight. It's a weird matchup. It's a short notice one. I mean, good for Aliskerov. It's actually a second fight, so it's in the UFC. Yeah, I'm picking him. I don't see too much upside to pick Alves here, man.
You know what? I always liked Warlley Alves. Like, when he came off Ultimate Fighter, he looked fucking great. When he fought that finish, I think he submitted Covington, but like, just hasn't really had the career that I thought he would. I did get to meet him once when I was in Brazil for UFC 237. He fought Sergio Moraes and knocked him out with this crazy uppercut and got a bonus for it. It was a crazy finish. But I was at the Fighter Hotel. That's where we stayed. And like, I got in the elevator. Like, this was like the day before the wake. I got in the elevator. He's like in the elevator and like nodded. He held the door open for me. I looked at him like, wait, this is Warlley Alves. But like, it was hard to tell, right? Because like, he kind of fits in with all these Brazilian guys. Like, to be honest with you, you can confuse him for like just a person walking down the street. And I'm like, wait, that's fucking Warlley Alves. I also got in the elevator once, Marcel, with what's his name? Andre Pederneiras. He was with Javier Diaz. They were cornering Jose Aldo. I got in the elevator with them. I started talking to Andre. I'm like, oh, this guy should be in the UFC. I'm like, why'd they cut this guy? And he started laughing. Like, they're like, yeah, Hackman shouldn't have been cut. Like, it was so crazy. Go ahead, Marcel. Sorry about that.
No, I wanted to say something. I wanted to say, when you saw Alves, that you ask him if he wanted to see your slingshot.
No, I didn't ask him that, Marcel. But no, he's I've always liked the guy. I think he's just overmatched here. It's a really bad matchup for him. But anyways, okay, let's go to the next fight here. And this is definitely pay-per-view worthy. Magomed Ankalaev taking on Johnny Walker. Odds for this one, minus 340 and Magomed, plus 270 Johnny Walker. I'll be right back, but give me your thoughts on this. I'll be right back.
Oh, man, the UFC screwed Magomed Ankalaev, dude. They just don't like him. He should be in a title fight, in my opinion. Johnny Walker, he's doing better as of lately. He got that kind of a boring decision win against Anthony Smith, I remember, or against against Anthony Smith. I mean, I'm not. I liked Johnny Walker from earlier more, who was going crazy knockouts, but he kind of slowed that a little bit down, in my opinion. Ankalaev wins. I also pick Ankalaev by finish. I'm picking him by finish, knockout, second round. Yeah. So, Adam is now downloading his sport on the other computer, so we have to wait till he is back. I think Ankalaev wins second round knockout. I think he takes him down probably at a certain moment, and he ground and pounds finish him. So yeah, that's what I think.
What was your pick?
I picked Ankalaev by TKO knockout second round.
Yeah, I definitely think he wins. Like Johnny Walker, again, another guy. Like actually, he was in Brazil too for that. And I got to have dinner with him and Lucas, the manager, his former manager. And Johnny was an awesome dude. But yeah, I mean, I like him. I think Johnny's got he's got a chance to land some like flying knee or something crazy, but it's like a low percentage chance. I'm pretty sure Magomedov takes him down, Marcel, and grinds him out. That's what I think happens. I think it'll look like that fight with Nikita Krylov and Johnny Walker, where Johnny has a good first round and then just kind of gets tired and taking him down. I know he's improved since then, guys, but like I still don't trust him. And like for me, Ankalaev is not. I know he actually does have a lot of knockouts, but like against this matchup, I don't think he finishes it that often personally. But you could be right. I wouldn't put it either way. I do think Magomedov wins. I think he's definitely a guy you could parlay. There's a lot of guys. Just before we get to the last two fights, guys, Magomedov, Ankalaev, I think he wins. I think Javid Basharat wins. I think Mokaev wins. I think Ikram wins.
Dudakova,
I think wins. I think Jubli wins. Like, there's a lot of favorites. Like, one of them might shit the bed, that apple pie shirt they always talk about, but I think most of these favorites do win on this card. It's kind of hard to pick a dog. Maybe the last two fights, maybe we'll pick a dog here. I know Marcel did pick one. He took Yahya. That's when I was like 50-50 on. That's one that could win. But, yeah, I mean, there's a few dogs that could win, like a Naimov, I think, has a chance, for instance. But,
Silva.
Yeah, Silva could knock him out, too. It's possible. Because that guy hasn't been tested against UFC fighters, So it's possible, although I do think he wins. The line is close to that fight. It's relatively close compared to the other fighters. All right, guys, let's go to the co-main event here. We got short notice fight, middleweight. Kamaru Usman stepping up, take on Khamzat Chimaev. Chimaev was supposed to fight Paulo Costa originally. I like Chimaev there. And Chimaev now against Kamaru Usman. Minus 290 Chimaev, plus 235 on Usman. Like, I'm pretty sure Chimaev wins, right? Like, he should win this fight. The guy is like the best prospect, or was at welterweight, now middleweight, and then Kamaru taking the fight off the couch, basically coming in a super short notice here, moving up to late. At the same time, though, Marcel, like I don't know if I want to bet it personally, guys. Like I think he wins. I think the way to go would probably just be him to finish the fight because that's pretty much what he does when he wins. So if you do want to take him, I would take just finish instead because like I just feel like better about the other favorites and like Usman. I mean, I don't want to completely write him off yet, because again, he was winning that first Edwards fight until he got knocked out. And then against Edwards in the rematch, it was competitive. It was a majority decision. Some people thought it was a draw. It was a close fight. Again, he's older now. He's 36. He's showing signs of wear and tear, signs of age. But it's still Kamaru Usman. He's still one of the best fighters of all time. I'm picking Khamzat, Marcel, for sure. But again, of all the favorites, this is one that I don't love that much personally. He should win. He's really good. He probably beat Strickland for the belt eventually. But you know what? Usman's a guy who's already beaten Strickland. Usman's a guy who's beaten a lot of fucking good fighters. So I don't want to write him off just yet, Marcel. And we do this all the time with these prospects, right? We write them off. I know Khamzat's special. Like, that's why I'm picking him. But you have to lay minus 300 basically against one of the greatest fighters of all time. I don't know if I want to do that. What do you think, though?
Yeah, Kamaru Usman, better known as Kamaru Flusman, after this week's taking that short notice. He better get paid well for that. Yeah, I mean, listen, I have a lot of respect for Usman. Don't get me wrong. But I think Khamzat is probably stronger. I think he takes him to the ground. I know he got a good takedown record, but I think Khamzat takes him down. I think he TKOs him. So, I actually think he submits him, man. No, yeah, I ain't going with a submission for Khamzat.
Yeah, you like a submission?
Yeah.
I think if he wins, he'll probably be by a finish. So I don't blame you. I'm thinking like ground and pound. Usman maybe once, knocked out once. Just the way Khamzat fights, But I definitely think Usman's got a chance here, guys. And I see some people in chat taking Usman. We got our boy Craig. By the way, Craig, I saw your message in the last when I just didn't get a chance to say what's up to you, man. So thanks, Craig, for joining us as always. Usman doesn't have the grappling like Burns. Come on, man, brother. I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, man. I mean, Usman's one of the best grapplers of all time, really. Like, he averages 3 takedowns a fight in like a 20-fight sample. I don't know. He even had 4 against Edwards, you know? I don't know. I think Usman's got a chance here, Marcel. Like, I only I can pick him. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to write him off just yet. He's only 36, you know, an older 36, but the BJJ, I mean, it's not the best, but what are you going to say, though?
It's a good fighter, but I don't see him beating Chimaev.
Yeah.
But we'll see. By the way, what do you think about the UFC saying, like, the winner gets to fight Sean Strickland for the title?
What happened to Dricus Duplessis? They punishing him for not fighting injured?
Yeah,
I know. That's just stupid. Because Dana's a dick. That's why. He's being a dick to him for whatever reason. They're sour on Duplessis. But whatever. If Duplessis doesn't fight him, then he'll fight someone good anyways. But, yeah, I mean, they want Hamza to be a champion.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty obvious. And plus, if Usman does win, he already has a win over Strickland. He made that fight look pretty easy. So I know it's a different weight class. Strickland's way better than he used to be, but I don't know. It's an interesting fight. I think this fight's more interesting than people think. But you guys don't like Usman.
Yeah,
he's going to lose a decision. He's retiring.
Yeah.
And
you know why?
A lot of injuries.
You know why? He has nothing to win at welterweight at this moment, as long as Edwards is champion. You know,
just money. Just to make money.
Yeah, that's it. And I think he's set, you know, with money. That's what I think, you know. So I don't think he has to do it for the money anymore, probably. But he's just an athlete and he wants to compete. That's what I think. And this is a perfect moment for. Listen, man, if he beats Chimaev, he gets a middleweight title shot, you know. And with Adesanya not coming back anytime soon, what Adesanya said, I mean, I think Usman was like, "Fuck, this is my chance to go to that middleweight and not having to fight Adesanya because they don't want to fight each other." So. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense for him to taking this fight, but yeah, we'll see. And I have all respect for Usman, man.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, Usman's a fucking legend, and like he didn't have to take this fight, obviously. And he's gonna, like you said, I hope he gets paid well. I'm assuming he will be, but
is Usman a Hall of Famer?
Oh, 100%. Come on, that's not even a question.
Yes, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I just want to see. Yeah, I mean, for me too.
I'm really surprised you asked me that. To me, that's an automatic. Like he's going in. He's one of the best. Yeah, he's the best, second best welterweight of all time behind GSP. Like I have no doubt saying that. You know, the guy's underappreciated. Anyways, main event time, Marcel. We have 2 of the other greatest fighters probably of all time here. You know, 2 guys are 13-1 in the UFC. Fucking amazing main event here. Short notice again. Volkanovski stepping up here, guys. Taking on Islam for the UFC lightweight championship. Islam's favored, not as much as last time, but he's still favored. He's minus 250 plus 205 on Volkanovski. You know what, Marcel? I'll let you start in the main event here. What's your thoughts? Give me your thoughts. I mean, you're supposed to have the Charles Oliveira fight first. I was definitely taking Makhachev against Oliveira in the rematch. This fight's more to me, honestly, it's more interesting personally. Wish Volk had a full camp, but you know, he's Volkanovski. Give me your thoughts, man.
It's more interesting indeed, yeah, but I think it's crazy that Volkanovski took the fight. You know what I mean? It's crazy to take this kind of caliber fight on a 9 days notice. I respect him a lot for it, don't get me wrong, but it's like this fight would have been there next year as well, you know, with a full training camp. Now you're pretty much doing the UFC a favor, you know, taking this fight. And what if you lose to Islam? You know, you're 0-2 at lightweight, and it's not very possible you're getting a third fight against Islam pretty much soon if you are going 0-2 at lightweight, you know. I respect him for taking it a lot, you know, but listen, man, if this was full training camp both sides, I think it would have been a lot closer. Take in consideration that Islam doesn't have to go to Perth this time. He will fight in Abu Dhabi, which also increases his way of winning, in my opinion. I can pick Volk here, man. I have all respect for Volk, you know, but I cannot pick him here, you know. I think we'll be more, how do you say that? Will be more, how do you say that? Convincing than last time. I even pick him. I pick Islam by submission in the second round.
Yeah. That's
what I see.
Listen, Islam is amazing, right? And like I was fully expecting to pick him this week, but now it's just a really interesting fight to me. Like I think Volkanovski can win this fight, guys. Personally, I'll take a shot at him at plus 205. I think he's the best fighter on the planet right now. I was at his last fight against Rodriguez. He destroyed that dude. Like it made it look so easy. And then so since the first fight between these 2 guys, which was very close, 48-47 fight, he has another fight under his belt to get more experience and look even better. And really, like if they had a full camp, like I would pick him up with hesitation. Like for me, it's the short notice, really. But again, if there's anyone's going to do this, it's a guy like Volk. I really do think he's the best overall fighter right now in MMA. I understand John Jones. That's a great argument, but John's got like one fight in the last 3 years. Volkanovski fights 3 times a year. I think he's one of the best fighters of all time. I really do. I mean, both guys really are going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. We talk about Hall of Fame. That was a theme of the day today, but Volkanovski's one of the best fighters of all time. The guy's phenomenal. Like, guys, look what he did to Max Holloway in all those fights. Like, he's a great striker too, and we know the wrestling plays. Here's the thing: Islam is really good, and that first fight was close, but I thought he won. I thought Islam won the decision, right? 48-47. But again, that 5th round, Volkanovski dropped him, and Islam, he did get knocked out in the 1 loss. I think Volk can catch him and honestly finish the fight. I'm going to take a Sean Volkanovski by TKO, guys. We see upsets all the time in MMA. As good as Islam is, I think Volk, if anyone has a chance to pull this off on short notice, up a weight class, it is Volkanovski. I think he's phenomenal. I'm picking him to win the fight by TKO. I'll take 3rd round TKO, Marcel. I know it's crazy, guys, but I'm taking a shot on them. So we both had, one different pick on this card, I think?
2.
Two. That's right. So, yeah, I just think he's got a shot. I'm looking at comments. Hype's taking him. Craig's taking him. There we go. Got some other guys taking a shot on him. Do you think Volk has cardio 5 rounds? 100%. I mean, if anyone's got the cardio, it's Volk. And again, it's
not a short notice.
I still think he's got the cardio. It's a guy who's always in the gym. The guy's always constantly training. The only thing that worries me is like he had that surgery a few months ago. That's the only thing that worries me. But I'll tell you, I just think, if he had any doubts about his ability and to be impaired or something, like physically, he would not have taken this fight in short notice. I think he's been in the gym. I'm looking at his pictures right now. He looks fucking sick shape. Dude, he looks in great shape. Like, this is not a guy that's coming off the couch, guys. This is not, one of those situations where a guy comes in flabby. Like, this dude is in ridiculous shape, and I think he's going to pull off the upset here. So, there we go, Marcel. Got me picking up an upset for a main event once in a while. Like, this is one of them. So, I think it was, I can't remember, his arm or something like that for the injury. If Islam doesn't finish, I think both might win by decision. I don't trust Islam's cardio. I don't really think I know he did get tired in that 5th round and get dropped. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, it's possible he could get a little tired. I don't know. Volk wanted to fight Islam. I think Islam didn't want to fight Volk. He wanted to gauge you. Extra personal Islam. Volk has a shot. I think so too. I think Islam might test the Volk chain. Islam can bang. Islam wins, I hope. Islam's amazing. I mean, listen, guys, it's not like I don't understand why you guys are all picking Islam. The guy, again, I was fully expecting him to beat Charles Oliveira again, finish him again. I just think Volk is really fucking good. We saw this fight 9 months ago, actually. Volk made it as close as he could get and then picked up another win since then and destroyed Yair Rodriguez. And just going to give him more confidence coming here. So, yeah, rare dog pick in the main event. We've had a few this year that cashed. Here's another question. Is Volk cardio grapple hard for 3 rounds? I think so, man. I really do. I mean, we'll see. I mean, that is definitely the question here on short notice. But again, I just think if anyone can come in on off the couch per se, it's Volk. But I mean, the guy's gone 5 rounds. Looking at his record, in his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in his last 7 fights, he's gone the full distance 5 times. So yes, I think he absolutely has the cardio to go another 5 again. Islam has gone 5 once against Volk and started getting a little tired in that last round. So I'm not really concerned too much about the cardio, but will be interesting to play a factor. Anything else you want to say about this fight, Marcel? It's definitely an interesting fight. Anything else?
I'm just surprised so many people picking Volk, man. I really don't see it.
He's the best fighter in the world, dude. He's literally, I think he's the best fighter in the world. I really do.
He's great, but I don't see it. And not on short notice on 9 days. I don't see it.
Yep, no, I definitely understand that. If Volk loses, you see him getting finished. I don't think so. I think he would lose the decision. It's just so tough. Volk will fight for you. I completely agree, Marcus. This is like one of those guys that he's just so skilled everywhere. If anyone you're going to bet plus 200 dog on, it's a guy like this. Again, we did see the fight. We've already seen the fight. It was close. I don't know. I just feel like there's too much pulling me to take a shot on him than pushing me away. So we'll see what happens. Watch this. Blanket him.
Let me ask you another question. If Volk was the favorite, would you pick him?
That's a great question, but yeah, because I'm that's my lean. Ever since the fight got announced, I'm like, I think he's going to win this fight. That's just it's my gut feel, but also we saw the fight already, and he made it very close. I think he can make those adjustments. Like what can Islam do differently? That's what I'm wondering. Like, what can he do differently? I think Volk can do things more differently. I wish he had a full camp. I mean, without hesitation, I'd be picking him. That's the only hesitance is the 9 days. But again, it's a guy who's gone 5 rounds in 5 of his last 7 fights. You know he goes 5 hard rounds. He will fight for your money. So I'm excited for this card, man, because I love this fight.
Me too.
I love the top 2 fights. Dude, his striking is ridiculous. His grappling is ridiculous. He's an amazing fighter, honestly. Islam will be able to rehydrate. True. It's Tristan. It sounds like you like Islam a lot. I mean, you're on Marcel, so you got Team Marcel or Team Adam. It's kind of funny here, Marcel. It seems like people are split on this one. Like you either think Volk's going to win or you think Islam's going to win. Like I don't know. Like I don't know how it's going to play out, guys. But I just have that feeling he's going to get the knockout. You know, he did drop him in the 5th round. He's got the power to do it. I think it's going to happen. There's my dog pick of the year, Marcel. You know. Anyways, anything else from this card? I mean, I think the card's great. Anything else you want to say?
No.
Cool. All right, guys. Any last questions? Throw them in here. By the way, Islam training fight must be best camp in MMA. Probably. I mean, I'm not doubting that at all. I'm not doubting that whatsoever. You know, he's a great fighter, man. There's no doubt. Islam's a guy that I got to be honest, I wasn't convinced about until the last few fights, and then he convinced me. But again, I also think, by the way, like I also feel like Volkanovski's fought much better competition. You know, fought Max 3 times. Yahya, Aldo, Ortega, Mendez. I mean, I don't want to put that, but like, even Elkin, like these fought really good guys. Islam's got what 3 good wins, I would say.
The problem is it's not Islam's fault, in my opinion.
I know, and that's the thing. When he did step up, he started showing how good he is, and that's why it's hard to doubt him. But we did see this fight, and it was close. I don't know. I bet on Islam in the first fight, guys. I did have Islam. I was sweating it at the end. I'm glad he won, but this time around, going the other way. Thank you, guys. No, I appreciate you guys. Thank you, guys. Sorry about the internet earlier. I apologize for that. It's close for sure. Odds closer. Yeah, they're closer. I won't bet against Islam. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but he has lost. You know, he did lose to Adriano Martins, and if anyone's going to catch him like Adriano did, it's a guy like who's some very good striker. So, all right, I'm good with the card, Marcel. I'm looking forward to it. Anything? Oh, here's another question. Comment. We'll take the last couple of comments, guys, and then we'll get out of here. Volkanovski one mistake in the first fight, kept me smacked in the corner. That's true. He did. That was a mistake. Hope he doesn't do that again. You guys rate the 294? 8 out of 10 on paper. Maybe a 9 out of 10. I think it's a really fucking good card, personally. What do you think?
Antoine just rides full Ultimate Fighting Championship. I see him sitting there with his jacket on and with his tie on. Ultimate Fighting Championship. Yeah, I think it's a great card, man. I would say 8.59 out of 10. You know.
Yeah. There you go. All right, guys. Appreciate everyone joining us today. UFC 294 preview, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun as always, Marcel. Marcel, you want to plug some stuff before we get out of here, my friend?
Yeah. You can find me on BigMarcel24 on X and Instagram. My articles are on Eurosport.nl. Mixed martial arts section is in Dutch, so yeah, who cares for you guys because you guys don't talk Dutch or speak Dutch. Yeah, and I'm Adam Martin on X as well. As always, my co-host, the best Canadian guy out of there. You know, I love doing this with him every Monday, sometimes Saturday, Sunday, but weekly. And we're doing it for such a long time now, I think. So
I know,
yeah,
it's crazy. Like 3 years, I think. Yeah, I love you too, man. By the way, I want to get this comment from Tristan because he asked us. I think he told me 4.5 again. I think, but maybe it'll be 3.5. Tristan, it's possible. Jamie, what's up, brother? All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks again, everyone. Talk to you guys soon. Have a good week. Enjoy the card. Peace.